come on.
Really?
Dude, I don't have a countdown yet.
We can't even do the do.
It's no longer the dump.
And on my birthday eve of all days.
I know. It was so wrong.
You didn't know.
I totally know. I have it marked down in a calendar.
In a calendar.
Yeah, it was.
I've got like 14 intros now to use those.
I totally was just like, I can't wait to like surprise him with a happy birthday.
This feels like it's your first stream.
I feel like a loser.
Are we talking aliens?
No, we're not. That's the best part. The name of this show is now Thinking Random, and I just don't have an intro yet. So
when did this happen?
Last week.
This isn't a dump anymore. Why the hell am I here?
Because there's a Wednesday dump. I have too many dumps. Way too many dumps.
No, you're supposed to have at least 2 dumps a day, right? Is it 2 dumps a day?
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's IBS.
Oh no, I take way too. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take you over right now. Thinking Random.
Yeah, I was gonna say I take way too many amphetamines to be pooping once a day.
Adam's the same way.
Hey, Soul Assassin.
Thinking
You've never worn a
Random.
suit in your life.
Thinking Random. Yeah, that's the name of the show. Thinking Random. Look at this. I even made this because I'm so good at this stuff. Look at that.
Well, you put Talking Random in the titles.
Oh, shit. It's called Talking Random.
Wait, but you just put that up and said Thinking Random. Is it Thinking
Random?
Random?
I saw the Thinking Man, and I must have by accident wrote Thinking.
Wow. Do you not have Grant? Why isn't Grant helping you?
Grant's
also,
helping
Jacob,
me at some point.
can you check and see which mic is selected?
Why do you have as many followers as you do? I mean, it's like, you know.
I don't think half those people watch me anymore.
I don't think you can change Jacob's mic.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my mic.
No, Jacob. It sounds like
really
you're
great.
It's the wrong mic.
Is it? Oh, let me check.
It sounds very
Cheesemo.
big. Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Hey, everybody.
up,
Thank you
Andy?
for Talking Random.
Thinking
Episode
Random.
2.
Oh, never mind.
Or Thinking Random. We could put it up to, a vote. I don't really care.
Have you guys ever just considered that maybe my mic is better than your guys' mic?
It doesn't sound better.
Never once.
That's if it sounded better, I wouldn't be like this motherfucker. Hey, you got the wrong mic selected. You sound too good.
Oh, it's so good. I got to make them look bad.
It sounds very
welcome, everybody.
big. Like you have a lot of space.
Well, I mean, I am in a big room right now, so that kind of do have a lot of
It's overpowering.
So am I.
Is my mic so crappy that nobody ever?
No, your mic's
Don't even
I
bother.
didn't know you were here.
Don't even bother saying anything.
Well, that's how Matt likes his women.
See, this is what you're allowed on.
Yeah, she understands. She understands. How are you guys? Jacob, how are you?
Okay. I'm doing pretty well. We're building some new shows here. I'm cutting up some of my hilarious streams into shorts, and those been growing a little bit there. So I know I'm making it through.
Good. Matt Cheesemo?
Yeah, doing good. You know, it's birthday eve. So
happy
excited
birthday.
there's been Amazon packages being delivered daily for a couple days now. A lot of them. So excited to open those up. And I have.
Are you waiting
I decided
to your birthday to open them?
Yeah.
Really?
Aw, that's
Kinda
cute.
lame.
Because it's not even for me. If I didn't, she would be sad tomorrow if I didn't have anything that open. So
I gotcha.
I have to do it for the girlfriend.
Okay, respect. Tina, how are you?
Doing great. Got my hair did this morning, so now my
Nice.
hair's got kind of an eggplanty purple tint to it. So I may have to update the avatar.
Okay.
Let's see. And I have 86 subscribers now, so I better start
Nice.
working on that second video. And saw Blue Beetle, and the numbers don't look great, so I'm thinking I got a topic.
I
Can do
heard
about
some
55
idiot
mil.
the other day said that it was going to make as much or more than The Flash.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh.
And the only reason I said that was because I started at 30 million. I said, I think it can come in at 30 million. I think you guys are lowballing it. They were all like saying 17, it won't even hit. I was like, no, I think 30. But then Culture kept picking. I was like, you know what, Culture? No, 50 million. No, you know what? Better than The Flash. You know
Oh, now
how
I get it. Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
So you started off with an incorrect prediction, and then you just proceed to get even more wrong.
It's going to be close to 30. It's going to be close to 30. Mark, how are you? You saw it, right?
Oh, yeah.
How was it?
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I did. I am not going to back down off of this. I know it's not a popular thing to say in this particular space, but I do think that it's I think it's a moderate crowd pleaser.
Well, I mean, okay, do they hate men in it?
No, they just hate white people, capitalism, immigration.
I get that though.
Gentrification, transhumanism, Hillary Clinton for some weird reason, and then Pacific
They
Rim.
hate Hillary?
Yeah, because that's pretty much what Susan Sarandon plays the entire film. So.
Oh, and Susan Sarandon phoned it in. I mean, I don't agree with her politically in any way, shape, or form, but she's had some amazing performances. This wasn't even stereotypical, superhero villain. Okay. I mean, this was just like pathetic. Like, I'm reading the lines for my role.
Really, that bad?
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's a decent actress.
But real quick, I just remembered, Mark. Guess who saw freaking they cloned Tyrone, and then you, Scott, you saw it, yeah. And then he's like, "Hey, has anybody seen this movie? They cloned Tyrone. What'd y'all think?" Like, we haven't been talking about it.
I like to go back to our DMs when I was the first one to put the trailer in before any of you guys were talking about it a few months back. I said, this is going to look good, so don't play that game.
I'm not scrolling that far back.
If it wasn't for me, you would never have watched it.
No, I watched it because of Mark.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that. Mark probably watched it because that's how I roll. I thought it was a well done movie.
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
The topic it was trying to express, a lot of people, that is a difficult one to not turn into all the movies we've watched recently.
Yeah.
But they did it so well. So well. Like, you are the archetype that we need to keep the hood down. You're the drug dealer, you're the pimp, you're the hooker, you're the archetypes. We need to keep you guys so you can control the mass. I thought it was just a great movie.
Thought the dialogue was top notch.
Oh my God.
I thought the script was
gives
very
you a lot
strong.
To think about. Yeah,
it really does, man.
Think about.
And from a dude whose only other credit is writing Space Jam 2.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I will continue on my point. You probably shouldn't mention that to people because that's only going to make people not watch the movie. If you leave with that.
I thought it was brilliantly done. I liked it. What about you, Mark?
I loved it.
Yeah.
But this goes back to what we were talking about just last night, Jacob, about, taking a risk on people who don't necessarily have the experience. It's hit or miss. Now this was a hit. It just so happens that unfortunately it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. It's going to go underneath the radar because, number one, we are in this weird place with entertainment now where everything gets identified as whatever race is on the screen. So because it's obviously a overwhelmingly predominantly black production and movie, a lot of people are just going to, it's not for mass appeal. It's for them over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of like with Blue Beetle, everyone is just more like looking at what the Latino people think about it. And unfortunately, that's where we are now. Everything just gets marginalized, and that's not fair. It's like they're really doing a job on us with that.
It almost reminds me of when the 90s, when you had like The Wood, you had In Too Deep, you had Baby Boy, Belly. All those were black films, as this one, and it does play a huge part in the movie, but it just feels authentic in what they're trying to portray, and it's not. It's weird. It's weird that it's the focus, but unlike what we're seeing in mainstream, where it's hyper focused on race. Does that make sense? How
absolutely. And we have to be so careful, those of us who critique this type of thing, because I was just thinking about it earlier today. I know that there's a lot of people who are looking at Blue Beetle and they're analyzing it for the anti-wokeness and everything. And there's so many other productions out there that is more guilty of that than this one. And my thing is, if we're going to maintain our credibility, we have to be so careful about the battles that we fight,
True.
To me, Blue Beetle is not worth that battle, Like, I was thinking to myself, man, it doesn't seem like that long ago. Like some of my favorite movies, for example, Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, The Godfather. I can watch these things today, and in all of those movies, take Pulp Fiction, does it say dead N-word storage on my lawn? You know, does it say dead N-word storage on my lawn? You go to Godfather, they're talking about the N-words up in Harlem. You know, you go to Goodfellas, he's talking about, don't worry about me, Karen. The only ones who get caught are the N-words who fall asleep in the getaway car. These are my favorite movies, but for some reason, I don't get online talking about they're anti-black. Oh God, right. Why? You know what I mean? So I look at a movie like this, and they have a couple of throwaway lines, or things where they, gentrification and things like that. That to me is not a hill worth dying on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we got so many other things in here, and I've made videos about them, so I'm not being like insensitive about this. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely down with it, all of that, but this one, I just feel like, man, if we're just going to start crying over every little one that comes out, then we're going to start losing power in our voices for this, because I'm reading the room and I see a lot of people talking about hate. Oh, they just hate everything. They just hate everything. They just hate it. But that's not what we do. You know what I mean? Right. We're not here to just hate everything.
But the problem is we're too sensitive. We've gotten so, and maybe it's not the word sensitive, but we've gotten so hyper focused on the message that we find it in everything and worry about, like them continuing to do that in more movies. So even when there might be a little bit of like, first of all, cloning Tyrone is like, there is definite a message, and they do it a fantastic way of doing it. With Blue Beetle, you make one reference wrong and we attack it for that reason. And we're too hyper focused on that. Like, there is definite movies out there that deserve to be attacked for that, like Captain Marvel and, like movies like that, where it's like, we just hate men, we just completely hate men, or movies where the fathers are always scumbags.
Blue Beetle was the opposite of that, thankfully. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Well, it's big in the Latino community that family is, number one. I think that's big in every community.
Let me say this. I understand like the idea of you don't just want to go out there and just say that you hate everything, but at the same time, we can't just give a film praise just because we don't want to seem like that we hate everything as well. It's like
movies need to be able to say both.
Yeah, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't think I gain too much like the whole like fandom like business aspect of like sort of things. Like, I'm just doing as a straight up like movie reviewer. Like, I've been doing movie reviews now for about 7 years, so I always have an extra critical mind when it comes to movies that maybe a casual viewer doesn't like have or whatnot. But I'll always consider what the casual viewer might think of a movie, even if there's like things that I don't particularly like. But at the same time, like if there's gonna be a good movie out there, like I'll put over the good movies, but I'm not just gonna give something a pass just for the sake of a movie. Like, see, I actually I'll agree with like a movie, or I actually like a movie. Instead, like if I want to put over a movie, I'm gonna put over a movie because it's generally good. Like a film like Oppenheimer, I think is one of the best films to come out like this year. Like a film like Sound of Freedom, I think is a very very strong film this year. There's been a couple of movies that have come out over the last year or so that I put over. Like there's a new Nick Cage movie that's out right now that's actually really good. It's called Sympathy for the Devil. If you haven't seen
good?
That one yet,
it's on my
really
list.
It's actually pretty good. So, like I said, like I have no problem putting over movies if they're generally good. The problem is that those movies seem to be a dime a dozen in the current aspect of Hollywood, because instead we get movies like Joyride and House Party and Scream and Barbie and stuff like that. Was just like they're just trash. And I can't sit here and pretend like those movies aren't.
There's
trash
also movies that are decent movies that do have something that we can. Lean.
I mean, like, I could put over a movie for having at least something to it, but like those are like usually movies I'll rate like a 2, a 2.5, something where I can look at and say like, okay, there's a good movie to be had here. It just wasn't executed very well. If they focus a little more on this, like I can give a movie credit for having something rather than just being a complete like waste of my time. It's like movies like I said, I was the one last night that pretty much buried this film, the Blue Beetle, last night, because like I said, I noticed a lot more things than maybe some of the other guys like didn't notice. Like I've noticed things like some of the messaging in it. I noticed at one point they straight up ripped off Pacific Rim in this costume design, which is literally from the exact same studio, which is why I picked up on it to begin with. So I mean, look, I can be guilty of being overly critical of certain movies, but then again, that's kind of my job to like pick up on certain things too. So I can totally agree to say, hey, maybe I just have a different mind from watching movies and picking up on content, because I'm a more of a story-based guy. I'm more of a character-based guy. So I analyze how the story is presented to us, I analyze how the characters are portrayed, how strong they are. Those are the type of things that I particularly look for. If a movie does a very good job of that, then I'll put it over. Like I said, something like an Oppenheimer that does a beautiful job of that, especially in the acting category, where Christopher Nolan, like Oppenheimer, for you guys who haven't seen it, this arguably could be his best directed film like ever. Like that's how strong of a film like it is.
I mean, I'm not a big Nolan fan.
Yeah.
I think Tenet is probably his worst.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
The lamp shading in that is ridiculous, and I think Inception's overrated. Memento is probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie.
I mean, he took the kid who was Han Solo in that Solo movie for a few years ago, the one that Disney and Lucasfilm was burying for not being able to act while they were like producing the film, and he gives one of the strongest standout performances in the whole movie. And he's like, you wouldn't have got that with anyone else outside of Christopher Nolan. Like when a guy like that is putting out a performance that's rivaling, you know, Emily Blunt and Robert Downey Jr. like in the film, and Cillian Murphy. I mean, that's like pretty huge. That's pretty big asset. But that's putting over the directing style of the film, because I don't think any other director, or very few directors, could have brought out that performance out of him.
How was the audio? I know he has a problem with balancing his sound.
He does. Sometimes it's terrible.
Sound was actually pretty good on this one. I'll put that over. It was pretty decent. Like if you're going in there, obviously the big sell is that, they're gonna blow up a bomb at some like point of the movie. So if you're going in on that, that stuff is done very well. There's a lot of like PTSD character aspects that are also portrayed pretty well, pretty good as well. So I think they did a very good job on the sound aspect.
Well,
yeah, I think there were only two conversations that I.
It's called Tina Jane.
It's okay. Jane, Trina,
they all sound the same.
Nina, whatever. You know,
I miss you, Jane.
Answered,
yeah,
exactly. I also answered a bitch, bring me a beer. So I mean, it's really fine. I think there were only two I think there were only two conversations that I couldn't quite hear. And I remember saying that, like, okay, I know I want to see the movie again, and I'm definitely going to have captions on when I do.
The girlfriend, she wants closed captioning on. I hate having closed cap, because if I wanted to read, I'd open up a book.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm used to that because I do a lot of South Korean films. So
I don't even do that.
Depends on the content.
Dub me, baby.
Wait, did you say South Korean films?
No, South Korean.
Oh, I thought you said soft. I'm like, what would be a hard Korean movie?
Hi, Jane Theory.
Hey,
Jane.
She's even in the chat. That's beautiful. See, we love you.
Jane, I bought that Remnant too, but I don't have anybody to play with. Just letting you know.
Why? Do I have to get it now?
No, not you. I'm talking to Jane.
I know, but I want to be part of it.
It's too scary to play by myself.
I want to be part of it from the beginning. So, Tina, did you see Blue Beetle?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of it?
I really liked the family part about it, and I liked the focus on the community aspect, especially, you know, at the end of the movie. So I don't want to do any spoilers. I didn't like the family joining in on the boss fight. That was a bridge too far for me. But I really loved the suit. Loved it, and not
How was
seeing.
he?
I thought he did a really good job. I mean, I don't watch Cobra Kai, so, you know, I hadn't seen him in anything before. So I thought he had a really good performance. And his female co-star, the one who played Jenny Cord, oh my God, was she gorgeous. And there's a scene with like leather motorcycle pants and jacket and a motorcycle that like my husband and I both went, oh my God, she's gorgeous.
Which one's she? The one that gave him the scarab?
Yeah, she's the one that works for the company.
She's
and I put this over, like, as much as I didn't like the movie, I thought that he was very good as a lead. I just wish that the film focused more on him, and then rather than everyone else that was also in the movie as well.
And that, you know what I noticed too, and this goes to Mark and Mad, is like, take somebody like the girl who plays Rambeau in the Marvels and in WandaVision, and put her into They Clone Tyrone. Like,
right?
Dude, she was brilliant in that
I didn't even
movie.
know that was her until I think maybe
the only
Mark
reason
told me.
Right. I had no clue. And then also the guy who plays Finn, I always forget his name.
John Boyega.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He's a strong
in it, too.
actor.
He is a very strong actor, Mark. And it's like, it goes to show you writing is everything.
Yep.
Writing is everything.
Yeah, and direction. You know, you got to know what to do with your talent, and clearly Lucasfilm does not. You know, they're just wasting talent over there. So it's a shame, but I'm glad that they have opportunities like this to show, you know, what they have.
Yeah,
It's definitely a good thing. And just like in this, you know, Zolo, and I always mess up his last name, so I'm not going to even try it. But the kid from Cobra Kai,
right? Is it Ramos?
Jaime
the character
Reyes is his name.
Oh shit!
yeah, the
Ramos.
character is
Excuse
Jaime.
Yeah, the
Like
actor's
a
last
Mexican
name is
named
Maradueno.
Jesus. It's just like you just go with it.
Yeah, I think he's a star. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I really do think he's got a lot of talent. He's got some good presence. And you know, like I said, I'm trying to accent the positive about this. You know, I'm just not, you know, I mean, anyone who watches my channel knows I don't blindly just like anything. You know what I mean? Fatal J, he's convinced I just hate everything. And I'm like, no, if you look at over the years, I've always been as fair as I can be. I just represent how I feel about things. You know, so if I think that you know, there was some redeeming qualities, I mean, he's one of them.
Yeah.
You know, and definitely the movie is not without flaws, that's for sure. But you know, I'm just saying it's not.
But we don't have to
all
full
that
out
bad.
hate. That's what I'm saying. Like we are able to like, okay, I like these parts of the movie. Sometimes I'm able to just shut off the message and be like, okay, the action and like the chemistry between actors are good. And then there's other times you just have to blow up a movie because, you know, they're really trying to push an agenda without any character development, terrible writing, you know? So
Then another thing, like we're talking about superhero movies here. Like I hate to break this to you, the overwhelming majority of these superhero movies are just incredibly mediocre. They're just movies you sit there for 2 hours, you leave, and you're like, it was all right, and then that's pretty much it. You'll have a handful that stand out as being very, very good, like maybe like a Winter Soldier, or maybe like a No Way Home, or like an Iron Man 1. And then you'll have like ones, Civil War, and then you'll have ones like Thor 5 or whatever the last one was, where you're just like, oh my god, I don't want to see this like ever again, right? Well, we'll talk about Thor 5 later, but
Wait, are they really?
yeah,
Is Taka Waititi coming
Yes.
back? No.
We could talk about it right
he
now.
may be
'cause
coming
it's-
back. I'm not sure if Chris Evans is coming.
I was about to say because like
What?
didn't Chris say like no we're gonna have to change the
yeah.
direction of Thor if I'm gonna be a part of it.
Well, because they turned him into it seemed like from his first movie, his second movie, up through Endgame, he always was like the
Fish out of water.
well, it was like the first movie definitely fish out of water, and then he became
Avengers,
kind of
yeah.
this comic like child who becomes the man, you know, like in Thor 3. But then now he's just a punchline to everything.
Yeah, I think Thor 3. What was it called? Ragnarok? No, what was it?
Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Yeah. I thought that was the best use of his comedic ability because and it plays so well with Infinity War when him and Rocket are on their little solo thing or their duo little mission, and he's trying because like it feels as though at that point his character was using that humor because of how much tragedy he has suffered. Everyone he has known, like all the people that he has loved has been murdered, his planet blown up, and so he's kind of jokey, gets to hide all that torture inside of him, and then they made him Fat Thor, and it's kind of downhill from there.
Yeah, and that last movie was just Jane.
Then he just became the
It was
joke.
Jane, but he was in love with his hammer, and it's just
Mjolnir. I get that though.
It was just dumb. It was
That
dumb.
doesn't even sound right. He's in love with his hammer.
Yeah, he was in love with his hammer, man. Yeah, Taika Waka.
Just call him David Cohen. His name is David Cohen.
What?
What?
Yeah, Google it. I'm not making it up.
Oh
He
yeah, that's
made
right.
up the
That's his synonym. Not synonym. His
This is his real name, not his stage name.
Wait, which one's his real name? Taka Wakiki's not his real name?
Yeah.
That's messed
But
up, man.
but he's dark.
What?
Never mind.
What were you about to say?
His humor's dark is what I was saying. Nothing about his skin tone.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere that we didn't want you to. but I was going to blow you up.
Because David Cohen, that sounds white as shit.
Yeah.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Well, not really.
Mhm.
Yeah, not super white.
I don't
All right,
know
let's
why.
go.
Have you ever seen
And
High
we're
School
only on
High?
Rumble now. What?
Have you ever seen High School High when he's like, Anthony? He's like, no, it's Anferny. High School High. No, I don't know why that popped in my head.
Not me. Okay, so we got it here. Taika Waititi says next Thor film should aim at carrying on with the evolution of the character, but still in a very fun way. So make fun of the, Chris Hemsworth and make sure the women look like they're the most powerful things in the universe. Somehow Jane will come back,
And then he can sleep with Tessa Thompson again, and it'll be like fine.
Is he still? I thought he was still sleeping with her.
Did they ever?
I didn't
no,
even
he's
see
with
that
some
last
singer.
one.
Yeah, you didn't?
No, I mean that last one in the trailer. I don't know if what happens in the movies, but for some reason he ends up like naked or something.
Yeah, he didn't care for that either.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, if that was a woman and they played it for laughs that way, you'd have all types of articles written about it, all types of complaints and stuff.
Yep.
I think Chris Hemsworth has already released a statement on this latest Thor 5 project. If you want to bring it up right here.
Who did?
Direct quote here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's it. It's probably going to be as close to that. Can you imagine? Would he really go back and do Thor 5 with the same director?
I don't know.
I mean, he's publicly buried the film. I'll be honest with you. He was burying the film before it came out because he was even saying like the week that they were promoting it, it was like, yeah, this is something that an 8-year-old would write. They tried to do it in a way where he wasn't clearly burying the writer and director of the film, even though he totally was. And then ever since then, he's also just been like slowly burying it, saying that, yeah, even my 8-year-old kids' friends hate this movie. And that's how dumb it is.
Well, I know Sam and Nick, I don't know which one was more at it, but they freaking hate Taika Waititi. I mean, they point out all his flaws. And I
was a big fan. I was a big fan of him. I loved What We Do in the Shadows.
Not bad. That was pretty good. And then the Jojo Rabbit was all right.
I didn't even like that one. That was
it wasn't bad.
I hated Jojo Rabbit, but here's the reason why I hated it. It's because the dramatic elements of that film are actually really good and they work really well, but because David Cohen is a man-child, he always has to undercut it with just like complete out of nowhere comedy that kills the film. Like you can't be yuck comedy and do like super serious Nazi Germany content at the same time. Like you gotta pick one. Like this whole thing
I
is not
like
going.
the idea of trying though.
Well, see, he also did.
If you're gonna try, then you have to commit to the bit the full way through. You can't just like pause like intermittently and be like, oh, now it's really super serious. But like, no, we're back to being a Wile E. Coyote cartoon now.
Yeah,
I actually really think one of his strongest movies was New Zealand one. Yeah. And it had the New Zealander from Deadpool 2, Fire Fist. What was his name? The kid, the big kid. He's like the number. He's like number 2 on the call sheet.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was him and Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park.
Okay.
And it's a lone wolf and cub kind of a story.
That's how he got the movie, right?
Right.
The Deadpool 2?
Yeah. Well, because of after this movie. Yeah. It's a really, really good movie. And people forget that Dr. Grant is actually New Zealand. He's a New Zealander.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that last Jurassic Park movie, he kept forgetting what accent he's supposed to be using because he'll slip into it every once in a while. He's like, "Oh no, it's dinosaurs. Yeah, but they get feathers. I mean, they got feathers."
You know what's just funny about that latest Jurassic World movie is like I think they were talking about this too. Like when him and Laura Dern was in like the first movie, apparently he was like way older than her, and that was kind of like a big controversy at the time. But here we are, 30 years later, and she looks way older than he does. It's like you can tell that the age time has not been kind. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I liked Ragnarok. I liked the first Thor. The second one I've come to appreciate a little bit more. It was just not that good of a movie, but compared to the fourth Thor, like
it
up
really
here,
puts it all in perspective.
Oh, it was terrible. But
Brian, this
real quick, Brian says Thor 5 needs Beta Ray Bill. Thor gets Mjolnir back. Bill gets Stormbreaker. That should have been 4.
Should have been Avengers. Honestly.
Yeah, but we had to get rid of the chick.
She's coming back.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
They left it open that you can return, so no one's ever dead. No one's
Yeah, I think
ever
Russell
dead in
Crowe
the
is
MCU.
Aussie. I don't think he's a Kiwi.
Russell Crowe?
Yeah,
He's
Australian.
yeah, he's Australian.
Yeah,
he's not
a Kiwi.
New Zealand. No.
Fucking Sam. You should know this. You're literally there. How big is the island? 7 miles?
Unless he's right and we're completely wrong. I just started watching. I didn't finish it, but the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I was gonna ask about
started
that. Any good?
He's strong in it, but I haven't got really far into it.
Yeah.
I like to see where it goes. But
I don't like horror movies, but I like those.
Same
Not
here.
seeing that Exorcism movie, that new one, that trailer fucked me up, bro. I did
Which one?
not like those kids. The Exorcist, the sequel.
oh right,
Did
yeah,
they
yeah.
already release that?
I don't know. I saw a trailer for it. I'm not on board. That was too much. Ew.
Yeah.
I don't care for that. But
Yeah,
like The
no.
Prophecy, one of my favorite movies of all time, and Christopher Walken will always be one of the scariest people to walk the earth because of that movie. He's excellent in The Prophecy, and
The Prophecy,
Viggo
yeah.
Mortensen too in that one.
Yep. So he is Kiwi, just raised in Australia. So kind of Australian.
I don't know. I have to ask
One of
Nick.
those, huh?
Well, yeah, maybe Nick knows more. I don't know. Sam Neill is Irish born, not Kiwi.
See, I thought he was Irish, so I was right because in my video I thought I fucked up because I
dude,
said
he
it was
great
Irish.
in that movie or the show
Peaky Blinders.
He sounded very Irish.
Very Irish,
And
very.
it sounded pretty believable. I'm just saying. So okay, so what is it? Who wrote this article? You? Tell me you
Definitely was
wrote
not me.
Dan Spencer.
Yeah, that
I was going to
Spencer,
just ask
so
you
yeah.
what it had to say, because I don't want to read it.
Well,
Would you like
Spencer
me to read
wrote
it
it,
for
so
you,
you can
Brian?
pretty much accept you're gonna get waterboarded with information.
Yeah, you want to read this part from Screen Rant?
Not particularly.
Oh,
No,
go ahead.
not you. Tina's my reader.
Perhaps, per excerpts of the behind-the-scenes guide provided by Screen Rant, faced with the question of what is left to do with him, Watiti asserted it's got to be something that feels like it's carrying on with the evolution of the character, but still in a very funny way and still giving him things to come up against that feel like they're building on the obstacles that he has to overcome.
I don't
mean-
like the word feel.
What?
His evolution, it feels like they. What is going to be
Multiple.
Ernest?
Yeah.
Thor goes to jail.
What more evolution do you need at this point? They blew up his whole planet like 2 movies ago. So it's like, what more do we need to do? Like, it's over.
Well, they've turned him into the butt of the joke. I don't know where they can take him from here.
Well, I mean, he's lost his whole family, his brother, his
Right.
sister that he didn't even know he had, who was an evil person, his
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
parents.
I
He's
mean,
lost everything.
the whole point of
Girlfriend,
Infinity
yes.
Wars was that he
Yeah.
lost everything, and then
Yep.
even when he thought he won, he still lost.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I don't know what this part means up here. To the end, the Green Lantern. Oh, because he was in Green Lantern.
Thor
Okay.
scared stupid.
Yeah. So he says he wants somebody more formidable. So he doesn't want to end it on a female character being the villain. Okay. I mean,
Okay.
whatever. I just can't see him.
do you think that he's
Hemsworth
asking him
wanting
to just
do
kill
it.
him off so he doesn't have to come back for any more? I bet. Can I just die? Can I just pull like a Harrison Ford and just like die
Right.
and not come back?
I thought he was done with his contract. I guess I was wrong on that, but
Well, I mean, technically he is. So I mean, they're talking about they're in development, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they got to negotiate a hell of a lot for him to even consider coming back at this
Yeah.
point. So
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd
I
be
just want
funny,
a serious
it-
horror movie again.
Well,
After the last 2 were too jokey.
I don't need a
Mhm.
serious one. I need. Well, okay. Serious as in it takes itself seriously.
Yes.
Not. It doesn't have to be this dour like, the weird is ended. Mirror, mirror, we got to go to work, or however he sounds. I can't remember. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, he sounds like that. You got it right the first time.
yeah, nailed it.
Vigo was badass in Eastern Promises.
Did y'all see his the one? It was based on a comic book. What was he worked at? He was in a small town, married. He used to be a gangster, but now he's pretending to be some other guy. And the gangsters come into town, and he has to kill them.
Oh yeah.
It's not that good. I've watched. I'm like, oh, this is not as good as I remember.
Was it Italian?
The history of violence.
History of Violence. That's
History
the,
of Violence. That's it. Yep.
that was
yeah,
it,
that's the one. Good job. Yeah, I remembered. I was I remembered it far more fondly than I should have because I rewatched it. And speaking of Kiwi adjacent,
Hey,
geographically,
Speak New Zealander.
geographically,
Muted.
Yes.
I'm not going to take that shit from a fake Canadian.
there you go. Good for you.
I'll say this though: have anyone seen the movie Spiderhead? It was with Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller, and that was actually a pretty solid film. I think it's
Yeah, it was
also on
decent
Netflix
enough.
right now.
What was that one about?
It was basically they were in like some kind of like it's almost like set in like a tropical rehab type of thing, but they were basically experimenting on people with drugs, kind of like gauging like their reaction for like data and stuff like that. And
Yeah, they were prisoners.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What did you say?
Decent enough.
Yeah, better than I expected, but the way it started, I had high expectations based on like the first and most of the second act. I feel like it kind of let me down in the third, but I did like
Yeah,
it.
the chick that was in the Thor movies with him was annoying in that movie as well.
What, Thompson?
The
Thomas, whatever.
the one
No,
from
Thompson.
Two Girls, One Cupcake, whatever it's called.
She was in that movie.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
She wasn't in Spiderhead.
no,
Yeah, she
no, that
was.
what's his name? Jesse Smollett's sister. That wasn't her.
Was it? Oh, okay, I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah. I know they all
Really?
look like.
Okay. I would have sworn she was in it.
What's that?
You know who
No,
wasn't
the
in
other one that they were in was that really awful Men in Black movie from a few years ago.
That was
Remember one?
terrible.
Yeah.
So was, as 16-bit mascot says, he was like he was in that stupid Men in Black movie Ghostbusters 2016. They can get that guy to do anything, I guess. So he has a point. So I just hope he doesn't like get a new director, new writer. I don't know. But James Gunn's trying to tell everyone he's never said he was making a young Superman movie.
How many
Didn't he,
lies
though?
does James Gunn have to be caught in 1 year before people realize he's not the Messiah?
Exactly.
But he
One of-
did though.
He did say it, and we're gonna
He did say it straight
we
up.
definitely said it because we
It's in
have
writing. Shit.
Yeah, I believe we have the receipt from December 15th, 2022 from John F. Trent. I'll just blast that here because we don't need to read this one. Boom. So John F. Trent from Bounding into Comic. Go ahead, Tina.
I'm so sorry.
I said Tina. I almost was about to say Jane. Okay.
No, it's okay. Like I said,
Yeah.
respond to anything.
Yeah.
I am really at awe at how much the corn sweat looks like Cavill. Every time I see it, it blows my mind.
He looks like a poor man's Cavill.
Absolutely.
Who?
You know?
David Hornsett. Or
Is
corn
it-
sweat.
And
Corn,
a funny
corn.
little note here. By the time this movie comes out, David would actually be older than Henry Cavill
Yes.
was when Man of Steel came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who's David Hornstedt?
He's the new
Corn
Superman.
and sweat.
That didn't help me.
Corn Sweat. That's how Midwestern he is. His name's Corn Sweat.
Hold on. Do we have a picture
What has
of
he
him
been
this
in?
article? Oh, this is the old one. Forget it. He's
Oh,
been
'cause
in
David
things.
Corn
Yeah,
Sweat.
look him up. So James Gunn claims the reason Henry Cavill is out as Superman is very simple. He's a different age. This is from December 15th, 2022. We'll skip this part and come right here. Gunn announced on December 14th, Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more proud of or more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. Okay, so then among those on the slate is Superman. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an early part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. So, and this motherfucker, he literally comes out and says that's not the reason he got rid of Henry Cavill. He wasn't planning on doing a young Superman.
Well-
we got the receipts.
Well, James Gunn changes his story like every 3 weeks. Well, he'll say one thing, and then the next week he'll say something completely different. And then people, like I said, look, guys, I get it. Some of you guys don't like Zack Snyder and don't like the Zack Snyder movies. I get it. I mean, they're extremely mediocre to terrible movies. But we need to stop acting like James Gunn is going to change the culture of
I
Warner Brothers at
have
this
always been critical of him because seeing how much he switches what he says in the public here,
Yeah.
it's shocking how he can only tell one one story in his movies. It got to be some kind of alien shit taking over somebody's brain. It's Body Snatchers. It's the only movie he's ever seen is Body Snatchers, and that's all he can ever do.
That's true. He's been trying to make that movie since 2004.
Yeah. Whether it's Slither, Peacemaker, even the Suicide Squad, all of them.
All of them are like some type of body snatcher film, right? Some type of.
And he's got to put his little
control.
playlist in it. He's
Yeah.
got to have his little playlist, all that music and stuff. You know,
Yep.
it's just he's one.
Well,
man.
it worked for the first Guardians. That
Oh
fucking
God, yeah, dude.
Like I said, I'll put
Well, I
over
mean,
the first Guardians movie all day. The other
Yeah.
two that came after it, it's like no, not as much.
Well,
I didn't
Guardians
like
2
that
basically had the body swap thing and the mind taking everything at the end.
Right.
That was Ego's whole plan. So
With
yeah,
the bad father. Yeah.
yeah. The third one, man, I mean, listen, you know me, I don't like women in my movies to begin with, but Mantis, they ruined that character with a single line. When she goes, I've only been doing what the Guardians want me to do. Now I want to do like what the fuck? I
Isn't
thought
she
this
supposed
was
to be
your
like
family.
an empath or something like that? Like isn't that kind of like her whole thing?
Yeah.
Empathetic to people.
I mean, you were with Ego for 30 years, killing how many thousands of people, and that was
Of your brothers
okay.
and sisters? Your
Yeah,
brothers and
but
sisters.
hanging out with your brother
Yeah.
Yeah.
and kidnapping Kevin Bacon, oh, that's too far.
Yeah. Like that Christmas one was better than the last two movies. I loved the Christmas. And it
was
didn't
good.
even
was
really
cool.
it was
I liked
good.
the
It was
Christmas one,
funny.
too.
I really liked it.
And then the Suicide Squad movie he did a few years back, like I was
He got too
very
much credit
irritated
for
by
that. I
that
don't know
movie.
why.
Like, I mean, not only that, but it's like the whole joke with like the dude with the polka dots and his mom, and they just ran that joke into the ground. It's like, dude, I get it. Like, stop. It's not funny anymore. And it just
Right.
kept going and going and going. So,
Right.
yeah, I think people have entirely too much hope and faith in James Gunn.
Also, if you're gonna replace Will Smith, like then make the character completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like,
not just
it
that,
would-
they also brought in another character that was essentially the same character.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, I mean, like there was like you got Will Smith, a guy that was really good with guns and everything. Then they brought in Deadshot and Peacemaker, which is basically
Right.
Yeah.
But Deadshot, the problem with Deadshot, Grant, was that it was the same storyline pretty much. Like, we'll ruin your kid's life if you don't
Well,
do what we tell you to do.
his actions were very different. Will Smith was more character was more passive, but as soon as Deadshot's like family was brought up, he went for Waller. So like, I mean, I appreciate it. The more I actually
That's
felt like
true.
he was a father. I never felt like Will Smith was actually the father to
Right.
that kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
also,
with
like,
this whole thing
that
with like
broke my
Henry
heart.
Cavill now,
Yeah.
it started to seem like the whole Henry Cavill situation was a lot more personal than anyone's letting on. Like I said, we documented this. I even did an article not too long ago, basically saying is James Gunn just lying to everyone. Because remember, a couple of weeks ago, or I think literally just last week, it was a story that Gal Gadot had spoke to Gunn and Safran saying that they were working on another Wonder Woman movie. And then like 2 days later, the studio came out and said, no, we never said any of that, basically calling her a liar. So
Just like what they did with Cavill.
yeah,
Well-
so Cavill, he makes an announcement that he's coming back as Superman. Like I think a couple of weeks either before they officially made the announcement of James Gunn coming back, and then it's like a few weeks after that, it was like, oh, guess I'm not coming back, guys. Sorry. And then James Gunn's been telling everyone for the last year that we didn't actually fire Henry Cavill. He was just never coming back.
I know Gal Gadot or whatever her name is got a lot of shit for that, but I'm actually now thinking, you know what? I bet James Gunn did tell her ass we're going to be
what I said
working on a
last
new Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yep. I said that Wednesday
you
night.
can say a
dude.
lot of things about Gal Gadot, but she doesn't seem like the type of person who would lie about a meeting that she had with two high-level executives at a studio and make a public announcement that she was working on another movie for like personal gain. Like they tried to play that with The Rock last year, because remember the whole thing of the media was burying The Rock because he was trying to save Cavill's involvement in the DCEU by going to Zaslav, and that angered some executives behind the scenes. Like, I wonder who those executives were who got angered.
Gunn, was it Gunn who made Brightburn?
Brightburn,
He
so he
produced
produced it,
Yeah.
and I think his brother wrote it. There's two Guns, but the
Yeah.
director was David Yaroshkary.
That's right. Okay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Of course.
Perfect. That was really good. Yeah, I said it on Wednesday. Like, Gal Gadot doesn't seem the type that would come out and put like a lie out there to force them to make a Wonder Woman movie, because it wouldn't work. I mean, after we've seen everybody else pretty much get
She
booted.
seems genuine.
She
I think
was.
she was being genuine when she said that. I think she truly believed they were supposed to be working on a new one.
Yeah.
Like I
What
said,
do you-
at this point, you would have to believe that pretty much everyone in this scenario is lying except for James Gunn. And look, I think my buddy Rob put it perfectly a week ago. He said, look, if you ran into an asshole in the morning, you just ran into an asshole, right? But if you keep running into assholes, like, you're the asshole. Like, you're the common denominator in all of these stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with Victor.
Or you're gay and you
kind
like assholes.
a lot of people praised that Suicide Squad movie. I didn't think it was that good.
I enjoyed it.
No, I didn't. either.
I actually did enjoy it. I thought
liked King Shark.
the rat catcher, I thought she was great.
She was good.
Amazing.
Yeah, and she's a woman mad too, so
I
you
know.
know. He must have liked it.
Yeah. Now you know it being real because I actually really enjoyed her in that movie. I thought she was excellent. And her and Bloodspot or whatever his name was, I thought their chemistry was great. You know, kind of that. He's like, I am going to make sure you get out of here alive.
Yeah.
I'm whatever his name is.
I just
forgot
want
his
to,
name.
once again, if everyone thought he might have misquoted, he responds to this tweet as I said yesterday, it's very simple. He's a different age. So, like, now we go to James Gunn, the reason.
I'm definitely not doing an origin story.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to be on the planet already. Good to know.
Well, you know what?
What's the bet? There's going to be flashbacks throughout the entire fucking thing.
Right. I'm not even going to go to Bounding because Bounding points out everything. Like, they're correct. They actually report. So I'm going to see what the Hollywood Reporter says. The director is clarifying his story for Superman Legacy with David Corenswet.
Clarifying, huh?
What a terrible name. Okay, so yeah, he looks like a poor
I've never
man's
seen him as shit.
nothing. He look how tiny that dude needs to get in the gym.
Dude, he's not. Dude, he's not tiny.
Is he? He's not.
Big. He's taller than Cavill. Like he's
taller,
a big dude.
But is he big?
He's pretty husky. Like he's
Okay.
built out. So once
shoulders
they
look a
get him
little
on that DC steroid diet,
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
know they're gonna have him with his shirt off.
I was gonna
It's called
ask if his
HGH.
frame could hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude, he's a big dude. So he's like 6'4" or 6'5", something like that.
Oh man. So James Gunn is making a Superman movie with a younger actor than former Man of Steel Henry Cavill, but that doesn't mean he's making a young Superman movie per se. The writer, director, and DC Studios co-chief took to Threads to clarify something that's been an assumption about Superman Legacy, and the reason he shifted leads from Cavill, who's 40, to David, who's 30. Fan asked Gunn if his young Superman movie is set in the past. Gunn replied, I was never making a young Superman movie, just a Superman movie, which he totally
It's
claimed.
funny how he didn't clarify this 8 months ago when the whole narrative started that he was making a young Superman movie because that's what he said.
And people asked him that question. He's like, yeah, I'm doing it because of the different of ages. So he could easily said, like, look, Henry was the right age, but he's aging out. I want somebody who's 30 so I can go with a decade with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he made it seem, and he never clarified
what's the bet?
is,
They'll make-
it's going to be young.
They'll
Say
make
that
David
again?
Cornsworth Superman in his 40s. You watch, just to piss everyone off.
Yeah. Yeah. He wrote on Twitter in December in the initial. Okay, we already talked about
Yeah,
that
this is
one.
why fans assumed.
Yeah, we assumed, right. In June, Cornsweet was announced as the new Superman alongside. And why does Lois Lane never, like, I don't know, maybe like not as hot as she should
I don't
be?
know who the fuck Rachel Brosnahan is. I've never heard of.
She's in the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's
Oh,
a-
yeah,
Oh
Tina?
yeah, that show I don't watch.
She's little.
You think I've
Yeah.
seen that?
Well, I thought that Shudder might have because it's
Is that the one
really
about
good show.
tampons or some shit?
No, that's the one about stand-up
No, it's
comedy.
about the female. Yeah, the female comic. In the
Oh,
1960s.
yeah. Can't
Okay,
believe I missed that one.
In
Too
New
bad.
York, and she's Jewish, and it's hysterical.
Wait, a Jewish comedian?
In New
Yes.
York?
Yeah.
Yeah, in New York,
Can
of
you
all
believe it?
places, I know.
But a woman,
Oh my
though, it's a
God.
big deal. It's because she's a woman and she has kind of a dirty.
If there's one city in America I wouldn't expect a Jewish comedian, that would be New York.
I gotta say, it's I was like, there's no way that this chick can make Amy Adams look like an attractive Lois Lane, but sure shit, here we are.
I mean, she can look really pretty. I
Can
mean,
she?
She's not.
Who do you think was the most attractive Lois Lane?
From
Superman.
TV
the
show,
movie-
maybe?
from the series, from the current
Yeah.
series.
Terry Hatcher.
No,
Yeah,
I mean Terry
no.
Hatcher was
Smallville,
like
the
my
Smallville
growing
series?
up like wet dream
Smallville.
fantasy when I was a
Yeah.
kid. So she
Yeah.
has a special place in my heart and in my bed sheets. But I think the most attractive one is the current one on HBO or CW, whoever
You
it
think
is.
she
I
is?
haven't watched it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she's
I
very
don't find
attractive. I
her-
didn't like her in her previous show. It was Time something or other where that she was in with they
Is
had
it
this
the one where
brown
they
ball that
split
would travel through
times?
time. No, yeah, where they traveled through time in this ball thing, and then
Oh,
they
no.
canceled the show and it came back with a movie.
Wait, no,
to
that's
end it all.
Timeless. That's a different chick.
No.
She's the same one that's in the new Lois Lane. the
No,
one
it's
that's-
not. That's a completely different chick.
Oh, that chick is the one that was in the one
She was
about
in
the
Grimm.
German- Grimm, yes. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
forgot. But
Yes,
by
Wolverine.
the way, I don't think she's as attractive as the
Kate
girl from
Bosworth?
Case Bosworth was pretty, but this one is way better. The Smallville one, hands down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
down.
She's not the one that was involved with the cult. That was the other one, right?
No, that was
Alison Mack,
Yeah.
Right.
who's now free.
But,
She's
yeah, I
free
was saying
now,
she's
yeah.
Oh,
out of
yay.
jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
after she,
OJ and Suge Knight all on the loose.
dude. Yeah, she's rolling. She's
Man.
rolling like I'll brand your ass.
I don't. All right, I can't do it. I tried to let it go. Listen, you ain't never seen a man put out a reward to catch a killer if he's the killer. OJ, that's still up, man. He's still offering that award for that reward for
Look.
anyone who has information that leads
Right.
to the arrest of the actual killer.
And
I
just call him a
gotta
genius.
respect OJ on just one level. Like he literally put out a book said, "I didn't
You
do
son
it,
of
but
a
if
bitch,
I
stole
did,
my
here's
book
how I
joke.
would do
Yeah.
it."
Stole my book joke, my
It-
own show. God damn it. That was
It
so
actually
Well,
inspired
funny thing-
my girlfriend and I. We were gonna do a "If I Ate Them." It was a Donner Party cookbook.
So with the OJ Simpson book, he the family of the chick that he killed allegedly
Yeah.
bought all the books, the rights to the books, and then reprinted them, and it just says "I did it," but it says "if" in a
Yes.
very small print
Yeah.
right in
Yes.
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think that OJ should have been convicted because the police did such a bad job.
No, because the glove didn't fit.
Well, no,
You
not
must
even
have
the glove
quit.
didn't fit, but the fact that they put the glove back on the ground and go, "Oh crap, we forgot to take a picture," or "Oh crap, we forgot to do this." So I mean, I think that and the DA did a horrible job of prosecuting it. So
She should have never got that
I
haircut.
agree.
That's what did it. When what's her name got her hair cut. You know what I mean? Remember
Mhm.
that happened. By the way,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
nobody can steal
Harry.
this idea, okay? But Kai, Culture, and I, we started real early on. We never did anything with it. But we had this idea for a animated YouTube thing where it would be called Puddin' and Putter, where it would be OJ and Bill Cosby solving crimes on a golf course. Like when the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing, the mystery be who shit in his golf shoe, and they would have to solve the crime there on the golf course. Puddin' and Putter.
That was
Oh, I
good.
like it, dude. I like it.
Yeah, it was.
That is good. Law dog.
Oh, hey,
No,
another
I'll
monster.
get on it.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
This is a
Keep
great
talking
idea.
about whatever.
Puddin' and Putter. Anyway, yeah. So big
Here's
fan
my
of OJ.
conspiracy theory about this whole DCEU that James Gunn is doing. I think this whole thing is fake. I think this is all just one big giant pro wrestling work. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think they're trying to make it seem like that James Gunn has this big massive plan for DC moving forward because I think Discovery is going to end up flipping this thing to another media conglomerate in the next few years. And I think that the front runner is probably going to be NBC Universal. So they're making it seem like, oh, we have this whole big plan ahead for a potential buyer so they can essentially flip this off. Because I don't know if you guys realize this, but Warner Brothers Discovery is still in a massive amount of debt. I think it's still like upwards of like $40 billion, even after cutting like $15 billion in debt in the last like year and a half. Like they're still drowning in money right now. As you can see, the movies that they're putting out aren't exactly bringing that money back either. So
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them too.
I heard
you know?
Sony was in talks of it as well, but I don't know how serious that is.
What of acquiring?
Yeah,
Warner
but
Brothers?
they're also being acquired. Talks of being acquired by Apple, so who knows?
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say, and I think Disney, aren't they? There's a little chattering going on about them selling some shit off.
oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if all of these. I mean, like Hollywood's in a bad place right now, and it's their own fault, so they really don't have anyone to blame but themselves. But all of these studios, all of these corporations that own all these assets, they're all bleeding money. No one's really bringing any money in based on what they're doing. In the last couple of years, you can blame everything on COVID, but at the end of the day, you're not producing television, movies, or anything like that that's inspiring anyone to spend their money to invest in you to begin with. So they're just delaying the inevitable at this point.
Hey, Mark, you got a fan in the chat.
Drunk 3PO, my brother. What's up, my brother?
And in 30 minutes, you can catch Drunk 3PO on Vets Talking. Drop the S, add a P, add a T, and then you'll find me, but not me.
Drop the
but that
G and
channel.
then you'll find me. Come on.
Yeah, you'll find it.
You're on
I
Don't
may-
drop
I
any
may drop
G's.
in
I
there.
like
This is a good
G's.
time to play the video from last night where you get spoiled a very key detail of the movie that we were reviewing last night on the show. Mark.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I just so happen to have a replay here of that moment. Whenever Scott comes back from
AI.
hosting his own channel.
It's AI. It's not me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you believe it?
What movie
Yeah.
were you reviewing that he ruined?
Oh, it was Blue Beetle. It was the film that we were talking about last night. Yeah.
Yeah,
so happened
Tina,
to
you
let
saw the clip. You were back there.
She wasn't watching.
Oh,
I
that's
was
true.
watching.
what?
I wasn't sure if this was something different.
Oh,
Blue Beetle.
But
Are
you know what
talking
I
about
think?
Blue
I think DC needs to be an animated universe. I just
Yes.
think that the live action thing, and I've said it before, outside of Batman, they just don't have the material for this. Their characters are just not that compelling outside
No.
of the comic and being animated.
Superman's
you
white
know,
bread.
It really is. I mean, they're trying to give him all of these dimensions and
boring as shit.
things to humanize him and stuff like that, but it's just not going to work. Superman is just an overgrown Boy Scout.
Mhm.
It's an infantile idea. He's just super everything. There's no challenge there.
Yeah. You want to see a good Boy Scout
Superman
movie?
punched
The Last
people in
Boy
the face
Scout.
like Batman. I'm pretty sure you guys will love him.
What, Batman? What about him? Ben Affleck? I wanted to see a Ben Affleck Batman.
I did too.
Yep.
I didn't think
Yeah,
I was going to like him.
absolutely. Yeah.
I did not think I was going to
Yeah.
like him as Batman. He turned out to be really good.
I think Ben Affleck's a far better director than he is an actor. I don't think anybody can really argue that. But to see him, be completely in control of a Batman flick, I think it would have been. I guess picture like what was the one where they were bank robbers or whatever? What was it?
Oh,
The Town.
Robert.
Yeah, like that, but Batman.
Oh, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right.
Oh, his movie Gone Baby Gone.
Jeremy. Yeah, I never saw that one.
Underrated. You never seen Gone
Oh,
Baby
that was
Gone?
a good one.
No.
That was a good
Casey
one.
Affleck's in
Yeah.
that. Ben Affleck's not even in it. It's
Casey
Casey.
Affleck's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess where it
Affleck-
takes place?
Boston.
Boston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Affleck's got demons. That's the thing. I was
Yeah.
saying that he could be for DC what Robert Downey Jr. was for Marvel, because Robert Downey Jr. was a mess. He's been through so much, and he's got that on his face. He wears it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Affleck he's the same way. His Bruce Wayne could, if you really took the time to explore that and have him dedicate himself to the role,
Yeah.
I believe he could give us something that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
As that
I mean,
character.
Robert Downey Jr. is looking pretty rough these days too, though. I mean, I'm not sure if you saw him recently.
Oh, yeah, he's no longer Iron Man. He's Iron Deficient Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
Wait,
don't
yeah,
know.
didn't he go full vegan or some
yeah,
stupid shit?
something
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what
As
that's
I was
about,
saying, Father Time is undefeated, and sometimes he knocks people out in the first round. So
Well, it doesn't help when you tie one hand behind your back by being a fucking vegan.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
Have a,
I'll do
have a
it.
steak.
Yeah.
Have a
Doesn't
steak.
always look good.
Yeah. So the
Dude,
studios.
I forgot Billy Blanks was in The Last Boy Scout. He
I
was the
didn't
running
tell
back
you.
at the beginning.
Yep.
That
he shot, right?
that he shot himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life's a bitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love that
So
movie.
Nick is asking, probably a silly question, how much are companies saving at the moment due to strikes? Or is it
Billions.
still too soon to tell?
Can you say saving? Because I know they're not having to do these different projects or whatever that they were going to do. So they're saving that money by not doing it. But how much revenue are they bringing in versus going out? I don't know.
It's not that they're bringing in revenue; it's that they're not losing as much as they would lose had
Right.
they have been going full in
Right.
on these terrible movies that they're releasing right now. Like, put like Disney into perspective here. Disney has lost like over $1.5 billion in the last year and a half alone on the movies that they released. So this strike is working wonders for them because yeah, sure, they're only losing a few $1 million by comparison, but considering what they've been losing just by doing their normal things, like they'll take a strike.
And they'll still be able to put out some movies.
It feels like a Band-Aid on a on a wound that needs to be stapled and fucking stitched. You know.
Like I said, it's a whole house of cards right now, and they're trying to like paste the thing back together as it's falling apart.
Right. Right. Yeah. I just think they're gonna run this till they need to start making money again, and we've noticed this with a lot of these businesses. They can go quite a few years losing money before they even decide to change anything. So they'll put the actors who aren't the A-listers in really, really bad place. I mean, the Billy Porter guy said he already had to sell his house.
Not to mention,
he's only been like a month for like how
not to mention, you got the best boy and the sound people and all of the graphic designers and shit,
catering people.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that get funded by movies, man.
Yeah, that's why I am
send all that money to the Ukraine.
Yeah. not
yeah,
Hawaii.
fuck Hawaii.
Right.
So messed up.
What?
So messed up. Oh,
Look, hey man,
we're gonna send every person $750 if you lost somebody,
Right,
but
like-
the Ukraine, we're gonna send you $100 bill because we need
why
you.
would you even say that? That is an
What do you-
embarrassing amount of money.
Yes, it's
Into
disgusting, actually.
in these Bidenomics, what do they
Yeah.
call them?
That was like the first bout of money they gave you during the pandemic. Was that $750 for people that weren't working? Like that's what you're giving people that just lost I mean, those fires were underreported. Like you see the pictures that people are taking.
Well, the guy who was in charge
terrifying.
of pressing the alarm and everything just went, I didn't know I had to do that.
Right? How are they going to send out an alert on everyone's cell phone when there's quote unquote a nuclear missile heading towards them?
Right.
And nobody thought, oh man, you know what we could use that for? Anyway, I'm just saying it is nice to see some diversity in the space lasers because no longer is it just Jewish people, it's the Samoans. They got their own space laser now. That's a fact. You can look it up.
Well, it was American Samoans. Don't bring our side of the Samoans into it.
Man, those people on there, they're like, it's a space laser. And they put up, look, you do so much to hurt whatever credibility you may have had when it is a obvious photoshopped. And thank God for Twitter community notes. I follow them on Twitter. I check them out all the time just to see them wreck some of these people with like,
oh my God,
actually this happened. This was a transformer that blew in Chile in 2018.
Dude, they nail that every time too. They find those images from that was not an attack, that was a Syrian bomb.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
I like what Brian says here though, back to not getting me demonetized. Hollywood can re-release old films in theaters again and people would go see them. It's true too. You give me a a short period where I can watch, I don't know, the Lord of the Rings back on the big screen, I'd go see them.
I mean,
Well, a bunch of the
we went to go see
trailers last
Jaws
night.
3D last year.
Yep. What were you gonna say, Tina?
A bunch of the trailers last night were about movies that came out like 10 or 20 years ago that they're going to have in the theaters again.
I mean, Alamo Drafthouse,
Really?
a big part of their business is having these events with movies that, these old movies or whatever that you may have never seen. Or, I went to the new Neil Breen movie. I went to a screening last week. Is great experience. It was awesome watching it with the audience, hearing everybody break. Like, what the fuck? It was great.
Yeah.
But his worst film, but my favorite, if you want to check it out, Cade, The Tortured Crossing, the sequel to Twisted Pair that forgets a whole hell of a lot that happened in Twisted Pair. But yeah, and so they do events like that, man. I could see AMC and Selinko. What is it called?
Regal.
It's not Selinko. What's the other movie chain? Santico.
Sure.
This may be a local one. Anyway,
Yeah, I think that might be very, very southern.
But yeah, I could see them trying to do more of those events as well, showing like, oh, we're watching Rocky Horror movie or whatever.
Yeah. So Victor says something good. He saw Variety reported on the investor call, Warner Brothers Discovery CFO Gunner, his name would be Gunner Wiedenfels, revealing the savings are in the 100 million range for the current writers and actors strike. So how are you going to win a strike? Like, this strike has to go on for a really long time to affect them at all.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Holy crap.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I go to the Palladium, Soul Assassin. You know me. I keep trying to get comics to go over there too. He likes to go to the cheap ass theater.
What up, Brom?
Hey, Brahma.
Brahma. Oh, geez, that didn't sound nice. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know. That's just how I wanted to say hey.
Oh, okay. We also your favorite Snow White is back in the news. Yeah, she.
I couldn't care less about what she says.
So, you know, all this stupid reporting that's been going on with her ego, and, you know, Snow White and Prince Charming is a stalker and all this crap. So how does she respond to criticism? She shares 2 Lady Gaga, videos where it's pretty much just slamming dudes. Now, it could easily be she's having a bad day with her boyfriend or some guy pissed her off, but if the perception is she's attacking male fans, because it's always our fault. You know, it's never anybody else's fault. It's always men that bring down these female-led movies. So I just want you all to know.
Who was
shame.
the news outlet not that long ago that said that the new trend of these women going on podcasts and sounding really stupid?
Oh,
is
yeah.
dangerous?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Well, who was that again?
I think it was like the New York Post, but it's like,
Yeah.
the idea here is that letting women talk and then expose just how stupid they are is a problem. So
First
we
time
should
I've
do
ever
that.
agreed with them. I'm like, absolutely, we should not let women talk, because every time they do,
Well, I read somewhere they were talking about female-led movies, and Kevin Feige. This is what they said. Kevin Feige was quoted to saying, like, we have to start making female led movies good, because people won't go see them anymore if there's not good writing. Like, okay, I don't think we ever wanted to see any of them if there wasn't good writing, but it's like,
Obvious.
but for a while, if you didn't go see them, you were just a bigot or a sexist or this or that. And now it's just gotten to the point where even normies are realizing, like, these movies are written terribly. Wonder Woman 3 or 2, Captain Marvel, even though it made a lot of movie, it was just lucky to be sandwiched between 2 movies that you thought you had to see hers because you thought you might miss something. You know, it's just, it's time where I think actors need to just shut up again, like the golden age. where
make actors shut up again.
Yeah, hashtag make actors shut up again. I like that, because it's just that time where it's like you are destroying your own movie. Like you're killing. If you have any residuals or any points towards this movie, you're losing because you want a virtue signal. I don't know.
Yeah. By the
Like,
way,
what
she
happened?
also-
Didn't they used to guard their image
Yeah.
back in old Hollywood and stuff? You never knew if they were idiots. I mean, yeah, the industry might have known. You might have heard whispers of it,
Right.
but I guess because of the internet, now we all know.
Right.
But
it was
they
the same
still-
way in
they-
sports too. I mean, if you look at the way that the reporters
Ty
would
Cobb.
protect, and Babe Ruth, you know what I mean? All those guys, they were very
DiMaggio.
protected.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
Rock Hudson, no one knew he was gay until he died.
Yeah.
And he was,
it was for the best.
it's just,
It's funny because that's the same thing with Hollywood. It was like we liked Hollywood the less we knew about it, but now
Yes.
the more we know about Hollywood, the less we like it.
right. And social media, it's not the internet, social media destroyed that. When you give these, like, a lot of high school dropouts and, 1 year of college, I'm one of them, but you give them access to social media, and millions of people are following them, so they think they're smart and they think they're brilliant or witty. Most of you aren't, and you're just making fools of yourselves, and you're destroying your own career, because for a moment in time, everyone loves you until they don't. And I think they're learning that. Jennifer Lawrence had to learn that. This girl's learning that. Like, you just aren't loved. People love to bring you down, and this girl's ego is unfreaking fab. Like, she just
For someone who's accomplished nothing.
nothing.
This is
Nothing.
literally the thing she's known for. is being a cunt.
Exactly.
Really. It
So,
truly is.
like, she was in Shazam earlier this year. That's literally the second movie she's ever been in ever. And you think to yourself, like, who pulled this girl out of
Right.
the ether and tried to make her a thing? Apparently, that was Steven Spielberg. You know, someone else who Steven Spielberg tried to make a thing not too long ago? A little guy called Shia LaBeouf. Remember how that ended? Not too well.
Yeah, but he was talented.
I liked him.
I mean,
though.
she
he was
wasn't.
great in Fury.
Yeah, he just lost his shit after Transformers a little bit.
Just a
He
little
was
bit.
good in Fury. He was good in Holes.
He was good in Even Steven.
Yeah. Kid was talented.
He had something. Yeah.
Yeah. What movie was he in that he was like the driver? Constantine. He was good in Constantine.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that, bro. He got on my damn nerves in Constantine.
And that was the point. He did a good job. Yeah,
Maybe
so
just
Like,
stop
when's the
having
last
beer
time you
fights
saw
with-
like a young actor and you said, "Wow, they've got it"? Like
Harry Joel Osmond. Wait, what's that kid's name?
Haley.
Haley,
from
not
the
Harry.
Sixth Sense.
yeah, but he
Yeah, I
had,
don't know.
he had some
First
years
kid I
there.
thought of.
Oh,
That chick from Love and Monsters.
Oh,
No.
who's that?
Isn't that the movie Love and Monsters?
I don't even know the chick you're talking about. So
She was she was little. She played in other things too after that.
oh, really? Other?
I think she played in that 65 with Adam Driver, but they didn't let her fucking talk. She was Love and Monsters. Yeah, she was great in that one.
Oh, the girl from
She's-
X-23 was pretty decent. I mean, not
Yep.
outstanding, but
Logan, the girl from Logan.
That's
yeah,
actually
the one that
right.
played X-23 in Logan. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, Love and Monsters. I'm right.
I like the girl that plays Ms. Marvel. She is just like joy and light and happiness in a
I'll
bottle.
give you that.
yeah,
I'll give you that. That girl, and
Hollywood
she
hasn't
knows her
sucked out her
history.
soul just yet. So.
Not yet.
Exactly.
But she knows her comic books too. Like
Mhm.
she reportedly got into arguments with Kevin Feige over 616 and the 99199, whatever the other universe is.
898
Yeah, no,
or
it was
838.
like a,
Sorry.
no, it wasn't even that. It was like a
Oh,
99.
okay.
The MCU's supposedly 9919, something stupid.
Yeah,
919,
One,
Six
nine,
nines
nine,
or
nine,
something.
nine, nine.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
there's
6
a
nines.
bunch of nines. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what movie I am looking forward to though?
What's
Share
that?
my screen, Scott.
Oh, I will.
That's awesome.
Puddin'
The
and
movie.
puddin'. Oh God, it's the sequel to Bagger Vance.
Oh man. So they're both magical.
I love
Never
that
mind.
movie actually.
They're both magical black men.
Yes,
and
that's the
they
term.
both they met in jail.
Bagger Vance was God, right?
No, I think he was
No.
more of a guardian angel.
Okay.
The
I always
movie
took him
trope
as
is
God.
referred to as a magical black.
Wise
Man.
old black man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dylan O'Brien. I'll give you that. Yeah. I just thought he was God in that movie. Yeah. MCU is
Ariana
199.
Greenblatt is who I was talking about.
Oh yeah, her. Ariana Greenblatt.
Oh, yeah, Ariel Greensnot. Yeah, I like her.
Chloe
not-
Grace Moretz. She seems pretty normal, and she's had a good career so far. Who else?
You know, I think is overrated, and I can't even remember her name right now. Tom Holland's girlfriend.
Oh,
what-
Zendaya.
Oh,
Zendaya.
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
What's her last
I don't
name?
know.
Who cares?
I'm
Zendaya?
missing the Zendaya bus. I don't know what that's about. Why she's in everything and why she's
Wait.
the it girl.
Did you see the
So
trailer
you know
for the
there's funny-
the tennis movie she's going to be in,
Yeah, that got
What?
pushed back.
where
too,
she's
by
like
the way.
banging two buddies? Oh my God, that's a weird.
Isn't every movie she's in, she's banging two dudes?
Mhm.
Well, no,
That's
not
yeah.
her
only
Yeah.
one, right?
Super hot. Don't you agree? You're probably racist if you don't agree.
What?
I was going
No,
to say,
I'm not even kidding, like, you-
like that.
so-
What's Euphoria? She bangs everyone in that.
Exactly.
Wow.
So the show that she's on, Euphoria, her co-star is Sydney Sweeney, who's actually hot. But apparently, this narrative on social media is that if you think that Sydney Sweeney is hotter than Zendaya, then you have to be a racist because there's
Okay.
no other reason why. You
I
would
think she's
that.
too tall for Tom Holland, and I don't know how he can deal with that. It's just, you know what I mean?
He needs to
Well-
let her to go up on her.
Yeah, he's got
To
charisma.
Tom Holland has dealt with worse over the last few weeks. So I think he can.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened? What
Oh,
happened?
you
I don't know.
didn't see
Every Spider-Man has to
Spider-Boy
do
getting
a
his
gay
back
thing.
blown out in that movie.
Yeah,
What?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's every person who's played Spider-Man live action, their next role has been a gay guy. It's like literally, it's happened with every single person who's played Spider-Man.
It's
Yep.
almost
Except,
as if it's a
except
trend.
for the Japanese guy in the 70s. Sorry.
True. Man, I mean, Will Smith did 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut, motherfucker. That's a deep
dude,
cut.
I know. I saw that movie.
I remember watching it real young.
I never saw it, but I remember it.
Oh, I remember it because I was not expecting when they walked into that room for him to be going. I am pretty sure he was the pitcher, but I was like, Fresh Prince, what is happening?
You have to pay those dues. That's how Hollywood is.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna play this with no volume so they don't get me on it.
Yeah, you're gonna
Lindsay-
cut the sound off. on that
Lindsay
one if
mentions
that's
Anna
good,
Taylor-Joy from
Yeah.
the in The
Yes.
Witch. I really
She's
loved her in The Witch.
The
but-
Witch.
Oh, sorry, The Witch. But her eyes are so far apart, and I know she has that thing or
Why
whatever.
is that a big thing lately?
It's just so distracting.
Here's that her
I don't know.
face looks like
All
her
these
face
women
looks-
remind me of Seymour from bloody Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, her face looks like North Korea and South Korea because our eyes don't trust each other.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just play this with no sound because I don't want to get,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's not.
I don't like his hair already.
Well, you know,
Well, you're not gonna.
What
like
the
what comes next.
fuck?
yeah.
What is this? The
I did-
70s? Is this
I was gonna
the
say
red velvet?
90s.
Blue velvet?
90s.
Crowded room.
Yeah, see, hold it.
Is it now like you have to play this character to show range? And I thought you weren't
Yes.
allowed to play these
Yeah, I thought-
characters.
yeah.
anymore. I thought you
Why is he
had,
allowed to do it?
like he shouldn't be allowed to do that, right? He's supposed to just play
when
British
you-
white guys.
Is it the-
Everyone
yeah, but
still
he's
has to go through
adorable?
the humiliation
Because he's a
ritual,
Sony
so-
product, not a Disney product. There's a difference.
Oh.
Watching this.
There goes the brother.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure, right?
Oh,
BBC.
man. I'm
Do I have to
guessing.
watch this whole thing? We know where it's going. We're
I
done.
mean,
No,
yeah,
keep
you wanna
playing it.
go in half in, and it gets worse.
No, it doesn't go up.
No,
There you
no.
go. There you go. That's what you wanted to see, you sick bastards. All right, we're done.
Man.
They've already
I'm guessing-
deep Matt in that position anyway. So
I'm pretty sure it's not his first time.
No, I mean, if you don't, no, you don't start with a brother. If that's your first time, that's how you're gonna start. No,
So, could someone
you
tell
start
me,
Asian. Everybody knows that.
work your way
Okay.
up? Okay.
Gonna work his way up.
That's something that you know. Okay.
Matt had a
was-
very tight experience with some of his Asian buddies in the army. so he knows.
Forget I said that.
Asking for a friend?
No
I know,
judgment.
and I know in the group shower in the army, you tucked. I'd fuck me. You know, you did one of those. Jenna Ortega.
We didn't.
She's-
No, it was Starship
Yeah, she's
Troopers,
really good.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't like
She
her.
was in. She's Wednesday, right? And but
Yeah.
also in Scream. I didn't see that one. What else
Don't
has she
watch
been in?
Scream. Scream's
Yeah.
not good.
Right. So I don't have anything else to really compare her to. I don't know what else
Who?
she's been in.
I mean, she got big really because of the Wednesday thing. That's what blew her up.
Okay.
so,
Right.
Oh, I thought she
Well,
was
she
big
got
before
because they
that.
also tried to cancel, and
I
she just
thought
went
so
no.
too, Tina.
Yeah.
She went no. I'm good.
Yeah,
I
you're right.
have her in lots of cartoons. In X, Studio 666, The Fallout, The Babysitter Killer Queen.
That sounds like a mad
Everything
movie.
else, most everything else is cartoon
Hmm.
voiceovers.
I like how she fought against having Wednesday be a lesbian or even have a gay experience. I thought that was because that wouldn't be Wednesday.
I
You know,
forgot she
like-
was on the Jane the Virgin TV show. She played the younger version of the title character.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. She was chubbier back then.
Yeah.
Spencer, when are you coming on, man? Just
Never.
come on anytime you want. Anytime.
Come on, never. How about that?
When am I Black Pill. I got to go back on that. That was fun.
Never been invited.
Yeah, well, you won't be. You're, you know,
Never.
you're too well known now. Yeah, mullets are a thing. Timothy Chalamet. I don't, he was in the what
Who? Timothy Chalamet?
Chalamet. He was in- He was in Little Women, right? With like the remake with
What
I've been with a lot of women.
the new
Sounds like
Black
a
woman
jabroni.
or Black
I-
woman, Black Widow.
What? He was in Black Widow.
Women?
That was a slip.
Hey, who knows? He may have been black women too. You don't know.
So he was
Yeah,
in Little
good for
Women,
him, brother.
Black Women.
Yeah, you don't start off
You
with
see the
black women, you go to
trailer
Asian.
for,
Is that right, Matt? It's not a good place.
What trailer?
for Wonka, starring
Oh,
him.
is he the new Willy Wonka?
Yeah, let's play it.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm gonna find that right
Yeah.
now because that is a weird one. It's like almost like he's doing more of a Depp Wonka, but not as freaky.
No, God, no. He's easily doing Wilder's one. He's
Can
like,
somebody-
it's like a mini version of him.
He looks like
Yeah.
him, right? But doesn't he sound more like? I don't know. I think I might have watched a minute of the trailer. So
Can
I
somebody
might
in
be
chat give me a
completely
Timothy Chalamet movie I would have seen?
Dune, Call Me by Your Name, Beautiful Boy.
Oh, that
Lady
kid from
Bird.
Dune.
Yeah, he's good.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
only thing I know him from.
He was
That's
also
the
in The
only thing anyone
King. That
knows
was
him
his
from.
big breakout performance.
I loved the first Dune. I'm very excited for part 2.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
part
worried
2's good.
though that I won't be able to take him as a serious leader because of how much of a chick he looks. He looks
Yeah,
so
he's
feminine,
small. Yeah.
and believe it or not, I think that does play a big role. If you have this whole army of grown ass men and
Right.
you're there like, we're gonna fight together as one,
Follow me.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Not gonna work.
bro.
Not buying it.
No.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully we
Absolutely
do though. Hopefully
There's
we
a
do.
reason
Like,
why
he's
every
saying-
president has been
Get your little
over.
scrawny ass
Eastern-
down.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Well, there's a reason why every president has been over 6 foot.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Every president?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if they ever had that one guy stand up that was in a wheelchair.
Just supposed to say. Oh man, you took it from me. was like,
I
well,
mean, the
maybe
men
if
on
they
the panel.
stretched
Would
him
you
out.
would you follow some little string bean like that?
No.
Unless he was a,
No,
because usually the
hell no.
little string being like that is just a psycho. Like he's not a leader. He's just a psycho that can.
Yeah.
The Napoleon
Yeah.
complex.
Yeah.
No
I get it. Your
Yeah.
dad took you to the Black Parade. Cool.
He's basically going into
I
with
get it.
his
You're
father being the
25
one
years
that's given
old
the
and you
role.
still can't ride the rides. Ooh, yeah.
I,
And
I-
by the way,
as a woman, are you looking at him like that's a man?
Looking at
Hell
who? Timothy
no.
Chalamet? No,
Yeah.
not at all. He's a cute boy. And by the way, half the presidents were shorter than 6 feet.
That's what I thought.
Are you
That's
serious?
What I thought. Yeah,
I
you were
can-
completely wrong.
I'll send you the link so you can look at it yourself.
are you
Adams-
Twitter
Adams
community
definitely was
noting
not
me
over
right
6
now?
foot. Adams was definitely
Yes,
not over
yes,
6 foot.
absolutely,
Wow, you're that.
absolutely.
Where the hell did I get that from?
Well,
I
bunch
think you
of
meant
them-
over 4 foot.
Babylon.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, a bunch of them are 5 foot, 11 and a half inches. So they're
Oh,
trying-
that's
okay.
cheating. That's 6 foot.
Sorry. Most of them are either 6 foot or right below.
Yeah.
There's 5'4", 2 5'6".
I was gonna say, man, it's
Three
Well, yeah, but-
70s, early 1800s.
But was that before
5,
pictures?
5'8".
Was that before
What?
cameras?
Before pictures, they didn't have rulers.
Well, they
What?
measured
No,
them
I
in
don't-
stones and hands, So
No,
that
I
might
mean
be-
people didn't see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just heard them. Like
Yeah.
Lincoln, he would just lean out the window of the White House and give a speech.
People thought he was 7 foot.
with
Yeah.
his high pitched
Jimmy
voice.
Carter was 5'9" and a half.
Mhm.
Truman, I'm trying to think
Jimmy
of.
Carter. Wasn't he like
Yeah.
on death's door? Is he still alive? Jimmy Carter?
He-
I mean, he
He's
was
still
put
alive.
on hospice
Yeah.
recently, so he's
Yeah,
Really?
so he's
soon.
on death's door. But
He
Dwight
was-
Eisenhower
he's
was
gonna
5'10"
die.
and a half.
He wanted to
wow.
survive long enough to see an economy worse than his. So that's why he stuck
Yeah.
He
around.
made it. He made it. All right, here we go.
And- Oh, sorry.
No,
Man.
don't be sorry.
You know, my grand, I don't remember them being that fucking chatty.
No, they weren't. And I thought they took him to. He found them on an island. I thought that's where he
Ugh.
found them, right? On an island.
Incoming garbage.
Yeah, dude. Jesus, man.
That,
That was
looks
bad.
so
and
bad.
I don't believe him at all.
No,
No.
Nope.
I don't believe any of them.
That was terrible.
Watch it like
Ugh.
3 or 4, 12 more times, and it'll warm up to it.
That's conditioning, is what you're talking about. That's
Right? You're talking about
brainwashing.
grooming us.
Watch it about 85 more times tied up
Yeah.
with toothpicks on your eyelids.
Freaking clockwork.
Do you want to see a
Clockwork
good
Orange.
trailer? Here we
Yeah.
go.
Oh my God, yes. Cade, the tortured
no.
crossing. By the way, I understand this movie less now that I've seen it than I did watching the trailer. It is bananas.
When will this be available to see?
Check your local listings
think
at Alamo
together
Draft House. They're
We
doing
can make a
screenings everywhere.
success of this project. They are
I don't remember him being this
our
good looking.
heroes. We will never let them down.
Man, it's like they de-aged him and made him even more handsome.
I think he's uglier.
How dare you?
Trafficking is disgusting. We had
Oh
two
my
more
god, I
last
used
night.
the same background in my training.
Time out.
It just
Are
worked.
you- wait a minute.
He
was
he
that
doesn't
you
have a
as the
single
cop?
real set. Monkey Jeebus, stop! Watch your
So
mouth.
am I to assume this is trailers in order of the film?
Why would the
Kinda.
trailer be in order?
I
The
can't.
film isn't.
I still can't get over no one saying anything about him doing blackface. I'm very
What?
confused right now. You were the cop,
What
right?
the hell's
That's
going
you.
on here?
That guy was clearly
Best we
Latino.
can.
Yeah,
We're trying. We're trying.
but I did do woman face.
That's not good enough.
Oh yeah. So Cade, the evil brother, kidnaps the same people over and over again so he can have access to the drugs. And Kale turns them into his warriors of justice.
Hey, just look at everybody's hair. Somebody didn't use feathering in Photoshop.
So the rag there with the blood on it, it's all everybody has it. Somebody used it as a pillow at one point. Oh my god.
I want to see where my money's been going.
Is that bite?
Right.
Oh my god, that girl. Oh my god.
What do you know about the patient trafficking that's going on?
So bad.
What do you know about the gene editing research?
Like,
You
there's no way
must
he's
know
not doing this
something.
on purpose at this point, right?
There's been a huge increase in the amount of kidnapping of the youths
hell
and
am I
runaways
watching?
who
Oh
are
my
being
God.
used for medical testing. We'd like you to keep a lookout for any.
Hey Neil, do we need
irregularities
shadows
that
to
might
make it look
happen
real?
with your
No,
lab.
it's fine.
We can make a difference with them.
Dude, this happens 2 or 3 times in the movie where
Your face is all weird. Or his face.
his eye turns into like Terminator eye.
Yeah. And it looks
But-
like
They
he's
make
wearing
nothing
maybe a
of it.
ball cap
They
backwards
do
or something.
nothing with it. Oh, the action scene.
It's so terrible. Oh, that's crazy. Though. Look at that. That's better
We've
than the
taken
Batman.
in 6 new patients this
Look,
week.
she had to wait for her cue
We've
to
lost
walk.
2.
Good walk, I know.
We can't afford to lose any. Patients are
and
money.
how packed was the theater?
Wherever there's an injustice,
Complete, almost sold out.
I will be there. Wherever there's a fight, we
I
will
didn't
be
notice the
there.
scar on the side of his face that keeps getting larger and smaller.
Yeah.
I will never forget.
The hair is scaring me. Oh my god.
Wait, why am I the bridge?
You're the river?
Dude, they bang on that bridge. They bang on my
God,
face.
they bang on
Or
your
the
face.
troll under the bridge.
They are coming for you, my warriors.
This isn't
This is what I've been
Grant, this
preparing
happens in the movie like this. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, he lives.
Is this the whole damn movie?
No.
Oh, that was a trailer?
No.
Okay.
It is a bananas how little that fucking showed of the movie.
It just, no.
I just actually premiered. We watched. I made Brahma and Chad and the girlfriend. Well, she loves these movies, but Slender. I made them watch Faithful Findings of one of his more grounded movies, and I premiered that. It's called What the Flick. It's like movies with Mad, but with a more inclusive title instead of movies with Mad, because it can be everybody. Anyway, and then I made them watch Twisted Pair the next night. They were not happy with me, but yeah, so I gotta start working on that one. But yeah, the entire movie, dude, is all green screen. They never leave his garage.
Wait, did anybody know that there was a Beetlejuice 2 trailer?
No.
Oh, no, this is that screen culture dude. Forget it. He always makes up fake ones. Sorry. But Jenna Ortega's in that movie, too.
Soulless has to remember. I made Sam and Nick.
The daughter of Winona Ryder.
Yep.
I made Sam and Nick watch it one time, and they hate because they're kind of pretentious, because they're Australian, but like the uppity Australians. But it's Sam.
Sound like they're more English.
Sam just kept trying to avoid him. Like, look, Sam, look. Oh man, it was a good bit. It's awesome. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, good stuff. Great.
I can't. Lindsay's seen Fateful Findings. Hell yeah. I can't believe you committed suicide. I can't believe you do it. Why did you commit suicide?
There's more blood all over his face every time
Yes,
the camera turns back.
it's so great.
Didn't we watch all of the movies back on that original show?
Huh?
That you did? The very, very, very first show that you
Street
watched.
Spots?
Yeah, Street
Yeah.
Spots. Did we watch
Dude.
every Neil Breen movie?
I think, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I have
No,
for sure.
we
I've seen
didn't.
them
We didn't
multiple
watch
times.
Twisted Pair.
Oh, is that we didn't? I know we saw the
No.
one where his balls were showing and he doesn't sell it anymore.
In the pool, yeah.
Yeah, in the pool.
I can't believe you
floating.
committed suicide. Oh yeah, where him and the girl are the same age. When they grow up, she's 20 and he's 50.
That's Fateful Findings. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to see it.
I do because I haven't seen the. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see if
It
it's
has the
halfway
word cock in
decent.
it, Mad. You should like it.
Yeah, you love it. This will be the last thing we watch, and then we'll call
That
it
was
a night.
that was a great job, by the way, Grant.
I think
Fucking well done.
I thought that was the real movie. Oh, don't forget we have to have the trailer before the trailer.
I hate that so much.
I'm so sick.
Doesn't make a man.
Doesn't make a man.
Who would love 1970?
It's what's inside the suit that counts.
I bet it's gonna be the most diverse
Probably safer than
1970s.
current day New York.
It's resourcefulness
It's true.
and perhaps an open heart.
Is that
There's
Hank
Rachel
McCoy?
Brosnahan.
Who is
No,
it?
the dude, Hank McCoy, Beast
No. That's
from
not
X Men.
No,
No,
it's not.
no.
What are you
Not the
wishing
young guy.
for?
I haven't finished my drink.
So
I
this
don't
is
like him.
that's the guy who grows up to be the head of the Continental in the John Wick films.
Right.
Institution that wields power beyond your imagination.
Like a splitting image of the two.
Winston, your brother stole something from me.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, back in.
I'll
What
give
you
him
took
any
is
movie.
very important to life.
Oh, who was that?
Who the? Oh, I don't know
That's
who that is.
Beady McLonghaired bad guy. You know him.
He looks familiar though. Who's
He's
the
an actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's an actor.
Kind of looks like
okay.
Viggo Mortensen in some ways.
Kind of looks like Venom. What's
In
his name?
The Prophecy.
No, he does not look like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yep.
You've never seen Tom Hardy.
I've seen him. Yep.
I bet you
He's
watched
very
This Is
important
War.
to a lot of very dangerous people. Find him, because if you don't, I'll bring the weight of this whole institution down on you both. Sharon, show our guests the door.
I hope he doesn't fight.
We made a big mistake coming here. You're my brother, Frankie. We have to strike first.
Oh, that's
I
his
need all the
brother
help I can get.
Frankie.
Huh?
That's his brother Frankie.
Yeah.
Who he's
stole
never
something.
mentioned in any
Oh, okay,
movies.
the actor's name is Ben Robson,
Mhm.
Okay.
if that helps.
Go on.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
How are we supposed to believe
Sorry.
a guy in an ascot can pull this off?
It's a cravat.
So that was a Saw 249. I don't. Was that even around in the 70s?
No.
Sure, maybe.
No, I have to look that up.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. You can look at the guns and tell me if they're real. Like
Well, yeah, that's a real
during
gun.
that time period. During the time period, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Continental.
1984 was when it first came into service.
This is the 70s.
The hotel will be after us.
It was designed in 76.
Mm.
Well, there you go.
Late
They had the
70s.
prototype. They had the
What's the
prototype.
point of that shot?
That flexible.
Hey, look at me. I've seen Bloodsport. Whatever.
My goodness.
Bloodsport
My
wasn't
daddy
out there.
didn't hug me enough.
We need guns. Lots of guns.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
That was supposed to be John Wick in the 70s, and like, how old is Keanu Reeves supposed to be now?
This is a very diverse cast,
This is
though.
more than vengeance. This is justice.
I mean, it is.
Can you dig it?
Let's take
Are
this
they doing a little black exploitation?
A
little
like
Black
that?
Dynamite?
Yeah.
Just for everybody.
A little bit for everybody.
I mean, if you're gonna do a black exploitation film, go all the way. I miss those.
Away we go.
But it's
Yeah,
almost like
Dolomite.
they're mixing all the 70s stuff, like the kung fu movies of the 70s.
I don't know, man. Obviously, I'm gonna watch it because
Right.
I kind of have to.
No,
Well, I mean,
do I have to watch?
if they do a sex scene, there better be an Afro bush. That's all I'm saying.
They wouldn't dare. Yeah, I'm
I don't
not
know.
impressed.
Yeah. I mean, Ian McShane was great as that character, but that guy grows up to be him. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. It just does not.
I
thought
don't
it would be
see
a
The
lot
guy doesn't
better.
have the finger to do anything.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. Yeah, I will have to add my not impressed with that one either. I was expecting a lot more.
Fire everybody.
Yeah.
Now, do I need to watch the John Wick movies first in order to watch this thing? on
What?
Peacock?
How the hell have you seen all of Loki but never gave John Wick a chance? The first one's the best.
It has
The
a
first
Tom
one's
in it
so
that she
good.
likes.
First, third, second, fourth. I hated the last one.
Me too.
It
So do I need to see just the
dragged.
first and the third?
Just see
and
the
I'm
first
okay?
one. No, just see
Just
the
watch
first
the
one.
first one.
what you need.
Literally, if you ended at the first one, I think it's a better ending to the
Yeah.
entire franchise. Like,
Same.
in all honesty.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
So good. So good. And the reason he's fighting is the best. Best reason. It's awesome.
That is
All right.
That's cool.
Good stuff, guys. I got to get up at 4:30, so we're going to call it a night.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's already called that.
Is it?
Ba-dum-bum.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. We'll get a I put thinking. What a dummy I am. It is Talking Random. Is the new show. This was episode 2.
Wouldn't it
Please
be
make sure-
randomly talking?
That's why I didn't want to do that, because most people probably have shows like that. So Talking Random. I was hoping if I flipped it, there was no chance anybody else has ever used it.
Just call
and I
it
didn't wanna
talking,
Google.
thinking.
I think gerunds
Talking-
are better than just for stream names. So I think you're good.
Okay, I'm good. It's episode 2. I made sure to
What?
put that in because they say that helps.
Just give it like a weird rock title that has nothing to do with the things. Like call it too fucking windy to light a cigarette. Episode
Yeah.
2.
Bullet with
Banana
butterfly
splits.
wings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly
something
like
like
that. Yeah.
He doesn't talk
Yeah.
about butterflies once in that song.
Or name it like an isekai, so it's got like 17 words in the title.
Don't do that because we want Americans.
I came back as a vending machine. Yeah, something like that. I like it.
I came back
but
with only one testicle, and this is now my new show on a Saturday.
this is my
There you go.
flip.
But it's the size of 2. Go on.
Bam. All right, and maybe I'll get a trailer or an intro with a countdown, so I don't have to use that generic one.
Oh my
again. That
God,
was so
Grant, you
lame.
missed it. This embarrassing motherfucker. He used the generic StreamYard 30-second
And
countdown.
I literally had to go to one of my other brands to get it. I had to go
That
get
one?
it.
Absolute disgrace.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
one. Yeah.
What?
It hurt.
Yeah.
That,
I
that, reminded,
didn't
that
ha-
reminded me when you used to just stand up against your wall with your phone camera and then record.
in my furnace room.
Yeah.
Those
Because
are
you
my
can hear
earliest
it.
ones.
Good old
I'm in my
days.
furnace room. Yeah.
Were
Yeah.
you sitting at wasn't that like a workbench or something that was right next
No,
to you?
I wasn't
Or-
sitting. I was standing.
Oh, yeah, but I meant that. I thought that was
Yeah,
like a
my workbench was
background.
behind
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
It was good takes. Hey.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Soon enough, even
I really
more
gotta
will
pee.
pass me
Bye,
by.
everybody.
Anyways, yeah, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. We will have an intro and an outro at
Maybe
some
or
point. but
maybe not.
Don't
But,
forget
you
to
know
become a member again. I see how you assholes have forgot to sign
Yeah.
back up.
yeah, there was like over 100, and I ain't there. So if you were once a member, come on, bro.
It's
Come on,
literally me,
sis.
his mom, and a cousin.
And my mom's dead, so that's messed up. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good night.
I had a feeling she was gonna be dead.
They're both dead. Don't worry about it.
Wait, both your moms?
Please support the orphan.
Sorry about both your moms, Scotty.
No. Yeah. Scott, by the way, it sounds better if I say it than you,
Yeah.
because when you say it, it sounds desperate.
I am desperate.
Don't tell them that.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
Me. I'm 15 short of 100. Come on,
Oh yeah, Tina Bojan.
Yeah,
15
because
short of 100.
yeah,
Not
there
everything's
are
about
already
you,
enough
Tina.
women.
All right, we're just gonna stop
Yeah,
it there.
I know.
Tina, 15 short of 100. Guys, make sure you are subscribed to Tina, please.
She's gonna pass us so quick.
I'm a loser.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done.
Hey,
Is that-
three,
look,
three,
Mark,
three
you
watch
look-
It's a
hours.
woman's game now.
It is.
Look at me. I'm a woman on YouTube. How original.
Oh, you got a link? I'll sub.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.